What's going on, everybody? And what's going on, folks? My name is David, and I'm your legendary host of this legendary podcast, the D-constructingTopics podcast. Oh, let's go. Let's make it happen. We got another good one once again in my podcast here, because one of the things that I always have said about my podcast, one of my mottos is that, hey, listen, saving mine is saving a life. And there's a reason why I say that. Because the thing is this, your boy D-constructingTopics podcast, or your boy David, the host. Woo, let's go. But not just the host, someone and I just want to thank the people that are out there listening, because when you come into my podcast, you're going to learn a little bit of it all. But the fact that your boy have indeed saved many lives, and it's not just me saying it, there's been many people who have reached out to me. And even across my lifetime, for some reason, this universe have put people who have been on the brink of, let's just say, giving up. And even if they are not on the brink, but at least they're on the edge of saying, I quit. And for some reason, Deconstructing Topics, for some reason, he's out there. He's there. People be like, oh, David, you're talking in your third, what is it? You got an extra character? And I'm like, absolutely. Why not, David? They say, why not? Because sometimes we want to bring some of these good stuff, these good stories. And I'm not going to say last, but a couple of weeks ago, once again, I find myself in a situation where I'm saving another life. And I love it, and I'm here to tell you about it, because it's not just saving the life, but just the whole process of it. You're gonna relate to it. I related to it, what was happening. It was one of the most beautiful, you could say 15 to 20 minutes kind of situation experience that I've dealt with. Now, I could make this podcast in regards to people out there that don't know. I'm in New York City. I rely on my public transportation, the MTA, the Metropolitan Transit Authority, whatever the case might be. I rely taking on the subway, going to my destinations, because I do not drive. I do not have a license neither. Hey, listen, people are like, yo, wait a minute, you're talking a little bit too much about your life. No, I'm not. Because my pocket is an extension of my life. But the fact is that for those people out there, commuters, people that are living in New York City, and even if you're living in Chicago or any city or metropolitan area or town that you depend on public transportation, you already know how that is. In New York City, it seems that it is an adventure at times when you take these subways and these buses, because there's always something going on. It's always something. But a couple of weeks ago, it's one of my favorite, and it tells a lot. And I always have said, for some reason, since I was a young kid, a young pup, I always have been observing things. And I always say, hey, listen, there's a reason why I'm here. There's a reason why I created this podcast. There's a reason why I am in the place that I am as a leader of helping people, because I want to help people. That's my thing. I drive for it. Like I said, if you listen to my previous podcast in regards to the wolf, ow, let's go. I'm a lone wolf, or I was a lone wolf. Now I'm looking for my pack, because together we can make it happen, and together we can. Let's make it happen. If this is the first time, if not, hit the like button. You already know I appreciate when people hit the like button. Feel free to reach out. There's people that reach out to my email and all that good stuff. I really, appreciate it. Gives me something to do outside of work. But let's get on with the story, because the MTA situations are always a little bit crazy. And I want people to close their eyes. If you can't close your eyes, that's fine. If you're driving, that's fine. If you're doing whatever it is, that's fine. See, I get up early in the morning, very early. I take this from my grandfather. When I say early, we're talking about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm up. As somebody one of my sisters in arms tends to call me the Puerto Rican rooster. Kudu, kudu, kudu. Let's go. And again, I start my day because I, hit that gym. Then I go to work. Or sometimes in between, I do, some of these content provided here, that I have the energy, I have the foresight. I'm just feeling good because I just had a productive session in the gym a couple of weeks ago. As I'm in the subway waiting for my train, there was this black gentleman that, there was this black gentleman. I for some reason, I heard somebody fuzzing. There's this black gentleman that was kind of like fuzzing a little bit, man, and it looked a little bit off. And then he had, shout out, I'm a union guy, and he had a Carpenters Union T-shirt. He was doing his construction. He was doing his thing. Now he's looking at the screen here in New York City. Some of these subways, they have a screen where it tells you, the train time, when it's coming, whatever it is. If there's any delays, whatever happened, and I'm looking at the individual, and I said, "Where are you going?" He said, "Well, I need to hit to this spot, but I want to hit that spot here." And the logic was, and keep in mind is this, and this happens, because it's a beautiful story. This gentleman was in another train line where there was delays, and now I'm one to say is this, and people out there could relate to me, those in New York City, those who live in New York City and take this public transportation, the MTA is a little bit questionable. Our public transportation, especially the subway, sometimes it's hit, miss, hit, miss. And sometimes the time that we don't want it to miss is the day that we miss it. And when I say miss it, you're talking about delays, you're talking about all kinds of stuff. So this gentleman went from another train line across New York City, took a cab. I don't know how much the cab would be, but wait, listen, regardless, even if I say $20 still, just because there was delays in that line, he comes to the line that I'm taking. So then I, was asking him, so you want to get there, but you want to wait for this train, but then there's another train that's going to come before. But he didn't know if that train stopped at that stop. And I told him, hey, yes, it does. And he looked at me like, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. This is my first day at work. Hear me out, peoples. This is my first day at work, and I do not want to be late. Yeah. Excuse me about that. See, I'm not going to edit that because I'm just thinking here. I got a little choked up because it kind of reminds, it reminded me of so many situations, myself and others, that finally you get this job and it's your first day at work. Now, the gentleman was seemed a little bit older than me, and based on the conversation, or a bit older than me. So he's finally, from what I gather, he got hurt at work. If you're doing construction, you already know. I guess that's a given for sure. Now he's back, and this is his first day at work. So he's taking it serious. He's striding to make it happen because you know what? He doesn't want to disappoint nobody and doesn't want to make a bad impression on the first day at work. And I said to myself, and I'm telling the individual, I got you, yo, we're going to make it happen. The next train is coming in a few minutes. And you know what? We get there. You're going to get there in the time. And once that train comes in, I see, wait a minute. I already seen my train radar. I already seen this movie before. That train right there is not supposed to be in that track. That have ever happened to you? You ever been in a place, taking a train, and you said to yourself, why that train is there again? Something's going on. As the train it's coming into the train station, or the subway station. So people might say, well, what's the difference? Well, we in the subway now. We under. So it becomes a subway station. Let's go. Chuck that at what is it? Oh crap! I learned something new. And I see that train and it's a little bit empty, and I'm like scratching myself, scratching my head. I say, and I'm looking and boom, we go in there, and something just doesn't seem right. And this gentleman's like, okay, yes, yes, he's feeling good, but I'm like, something doesn't seem right. As we both sit down, talking, yapping, let's go, boop boop, sports, whatever. And then within a minute, the whole mood changes. When you hear the PA again, amen for those people out there who live in New York City, who knows that when the PA person, the conductor goes and says, apologize for the delay, this train, whatever it is, so on and so forth. It's the whole, I kind of apologize for the delay type of deal. This train has been held by the whatever it is that's been held. And let me tell you something. I'm across this gentleman, and I kid you not, we both sitting there. And again, I'm not gonna apologize because might crack up a little bit. When I say crack up, you know what I mean. You know, little tear because it's. I'm looking at this gentleman. It's the first day of work, and he get this news that this train would be delayed. You would have to see this gentleman's face. It's like his whatever it is that he was feeling, it just flew out of his body. I mean, his face went from this happy, smiley to like, what the hell is going on? And this is where your boy Deconstructing Topics, aka David, is there. And I'm saying, oh my goodness, this will be a story to tell. Because I'm looking at this gentleman and I'm not here trying to make fun of the individual. I'm not trying to here put him down, but we've been there. God damn, the first day at work, and really, this got to happen? And you start to realize in life, because as we sitting there, time is passing 1 to 2 minutes to 3 minutes to 4 minutes to 5. And as each minute, even each second is passing, I'm looking at somebody who was ready to give up. And he was just saying, oh my God, you see what happens? It's my first day at work and I don't want to make a bad impression. And he wants her to break down. And I'm like, David, compose yourself. Take a deep breath. You know what I mean? Take a deep breath, David. Because somebody's now going to depend on you. And I'm not saying that he did it intentionally, that he's dependent on me. But the fact is this. Whew, take a deep breath, just like you listening to this podcast. Whenever you feel down that everything, the cards are going right. And just when you want something right to happen, it doesn't goddamn happen. Because it's out of your control. And there's one of the lessons in regards to that situation. I'm looking at this person. And it's like, in life, we always tend to this happen. That there's a lot of things that we have no control of. And when we have no control of those certain things and many things, the question is, what are you going to do about it? And I started to think, as this person, it's huffing and puffing, and I'm feeling and I'm sensing the frustration and the sadness, and like he's like looking like he's about to break down and just quit, and just like I said, my friend, take a deep breath. I looked at him in the eyes. Relax. We're gonna move. If not, do we have someone to call? He said, yeah. I'm still, he looked at his phone because even though, despite that we are under the tunnel subway, we are stuck in the train station. So we are getting some type of signal. I mean, I'll be more specific, cell phone signal. What he does, he calls the person, the manager, whoever he got to report to. Hey, listen, I might be late for 1 minute or two. I'm here stuck in the train. There's some signal problems, so on and so forth. He felt good. Again, the conductor, hey, listen, the PA, whoever it is, they're not doing a good job. They're not helping your boy Dave. But keep saying that it's delay, signal problems. You already know what that means in New York City. If you're taking a subway signal problem, what does that mean? You either could be stuck for 5 minutes or you could be stuck for 30. Or sometimes if that happened to me, you could be stuck for an hour. But the good thing, we're stuck in the subway station with the doors open, where we could, just in and out, get some air, whatever the case might be. Once again, the young brother, despite being a little bit older than me, I like to say, you know what? My wisdom has been here for decades. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, once again, take a deep breath. And he's just huffing and puffing again. And it's like, wow, I can't believe it. And so on. And I said, you know what? Once again, relax. You know what? Think about what to do next. And he said, you know what? You're right. So he started taking pictures of the signs, the TV screen that says it's delay or whatever it is. Boom, he's doing that. Once again, he goes back because, again, I could feel his pain and I've been there. I've been, it's been a long time that I'm in a different job because I'm here doing my thing for 20 years. Let's go. Whoop, let's go. But the fact is this, long time ago, when you coming in the job market or whatever the case might be, either your first time or when you start or whatever, something happens. It's like everything's going wrong. Murphy's Law, right? But the fact that this gentleman right here is like feeling kind of defeated and it's like, oh my goodness, I just got better. So for this to happen and so on and said, you know what? He took the pictures once again. Your boy Decon said, okay, what's your next move? Because I'm over here trying to pep him, like trying to calm him down. And at the same time, trying to clear his mind so he could make the next move. What does he do? He contacts his wife. He's like, yes, let me contact my wife. I hope she's up. She picks up. And in my mind, and I want to say this is the way I think. I had a couple of CAD dollars on me. And in my mind, I said to myself, I feel like just, here's something, take a cab, hurry up. You can't make it, perhaps. I'm going to lean that, yeah, he can make it. Now, I'm one, because I do have a podcast. I tend to network and tell people, hey, listen, I got a podcast. But for some reason, I'm like, you know what? Don't even mention anything different. Let it be. Let it play it out. See, you're saving somebody's life. You're trying to help somebody that's just feeling, it's not just feeling, but just kind of talking about, just giving up or whatever the case might be. So then he's talking to his wife and he's like, okay. So now my understanding is that they also got like a little side business going on, but he needs some steady income. And he's like, okay. So, you kind of hear the word that, his wife is going to send him some money or whatever. You know how that goes. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to take a cab. So I didn't, offer that little $20, take a cab, whatever. Could have been more. Who knows? But just the thought, but just the fact that was in my mind and just to clear his mind that he's talking to his wife and his wife is telling him, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. And he took a cab. Now, keep in mind is this. He is 15 minutes away from where the time that he's supposed to be at work. Could he make it, you taking a cab? Absolutely. I would take it that the cab will have to speed up. But when the gentleman got up, he looked at me, thank you so much. He thanked me. And again, I could have given my card and whatever, my phone number, whatever contact information, but something just told me, let this story be. Now, whether he got there, I don't know. I'm trying to, he did tell me where he works at. I'm trying to see if I could, get some information there or reach out to that union to see if I could find this gentleman with the hope that, he does listen to this beautiful episode. And to thank me and shake his hand and like, thank you for everything. And those 15 minutes was just definitely one of the most interesting and recent times for me. Because, sometimes in life, people don't know what the hell they are doing. Sometimes in life, people need that guidance. I'm the wolf man. Ow! I'm that person that's supposed to guide you. That's my job. That's why you listen to this podcast. That's why you got to hit subscribe, share this podcast, hit the like button. Because this is not just another podcast. It's like a guide. But just when you think that it doesn't get any different than life, and that's it, and that's the bottom line of that story. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New York City, why this gentleman, and people are going to relate to this story, and they're going to relate to this part. The fact that the minute that this gentleman, well, I'm not going to say the minute, but in 2 minutes that he left that train and took the cab, the PA says, please stand back and be closing the doors. The train started working. What's crazy about that is that I know and I recall the station that he told me that he needs to be in. He needs to be in there at 5:15. When that train closed and I got to that station, it was 5:17. In other words, he would have been only 2 minutes late to the station. And all he had to do is just run and not spend extra money. But hey, listen, that's a beautiful story indeed. But you know what's crazy? I kept on telling this individual, trust the process. This train will be moving or it will move. And I'm not trying to imply that he didn't trust me, but it's my intuition that it was going to move and he eventually got to his destination. Again, I don't know if he did, but I'm going to take it and I'm going to manifest that he did and he's working and he remembers me. And I'm hoping that will come across somewhere, somehow, someday. Because it is a story of so many things. But it is a story where in life, there's so many things that you just not going to have control. But if you don't have control or you come in a situation where you don't have control, the question is, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Because sometimes when things are out of your hand, as one person would say, I'm still in control. And that's where the question comes in. What are you going to do? We make it happen. Hopefully you enjoy this. Share this with everybody, anybody. If you're in New York City, you already know the MTA's got stories. If you got stories to tell, feel free to share that. Hit the comment, all that good stuff. I'm here saving life. I've been saving life for over 2 decades, and perhaps I've been saving life for over 3 decades, and it's not going to stop. And that's why listening to this podcast is saving your mind and it's saving your life. Amen to that. Let's make it happen because together, let's go. We are one with the Wolf Pack, the Deconstructing Topic podcast. And I'm out of here. Take care. Peace. Be safe out there.